The next morning, Jungkook woke up feeling the cold air brushing his skin. Man, he murmured immediately, trying to find his wife. Feeling a solid headache, Wan had to get up from her bed. She was about to call Jungkook when he called her. Yes? Wan answered him. Why are you awake? I'm missing you on the side of your bed. Come on, lay down. His voice was too sleepy yet too cute to say no. Don't we need to return to Seoul? Wan replied him sitting on the head side of the bed. Cuddle me. Jungkook managed to find her vest and wrapped his arms. Do you really want to live with me, Jungkook? When asked him, why did you put on a ring on my finger? I know it's not a couple ring, but it's quite similar. Anyone can misunderstand easily. You are my wife and I'm willing to live with you. Can you please cuddle me? His palms were busy to cuddle. Where did you find your... From there where you had kept it, Wan replied. Let me have my hangover medicine. Jungkook pulled her t-shirt upward and clasping her, he started the left one. Though he was sleepy, yet he was gentle. Wan at this unexpected pleasure and soon realized someone getting harder under his. Her body stiffened immediately, but Jungkook seemed to be not bothered by that at all. It's natural for a man to feel in the early morning the is at its peak. Was I a hopeless as a wife? When asked him. Jungkook stopped nibbling and looked at her for a few moments. But how would I know that you are hopeless as a wife? I need someone to compare with you, and I have been loving the feeling to be with you. Jungkook replied and started the other one. His grip on her waistline was getting tighter. A good, a happy kind of feeling blurred her power of thinking, and soon she could feel some forming between her legs. Are you still having the headache? Jungkook asked her. I know you want to be, he teased her with a smirk. Will you be able to drive to Seoul? When asked to avoid his playful gaze. I guess my wife is going to miss me. Okay, we will be on the back seat of the car. Just don't loudly. It's just a request. When? Why your eyes are telling me that you are thinking something naughty? Jungkook, do you want to know what I'm thinking? When blinked a couple of times and remembered how his actions have taken her thinking power a few minutes ago. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. When do we need to leave? After breakfast? Jungkook replied. Oh, okay. Wan was about to get up when she was stopped by Jungkook. He inhaled her scent while clasping her and placed a wet on her neck. Let's go, he whispered. In the dining area, Jungkook and Wan both were requested to wait for their breakfast. Wan, can I go and play with the little one? Jungkook smirked. So, you didn't realize that you were being punished? Wan, for what? What did I do? Jungkook, shh. Next time, we'll explain you the reason properly. And don't dare to let the rabbit to hug you. So, my baby CEO is jealous of a bunny. How sad. Wan tried to tease him. Jungkook chuckled. It means wifey has realized. Don't worry. Go and play. My eyes are on you. Wan widened her eyes, her cheeks, ears all flushed red. But Jungkook's expressions were normal, casually sipping his morning milk. Soon the breakfast was served. Wan was enjoying the food when Jungkook interrupted. Taste my food, it's so delicious. He raised his spoonful of scrambled eggs towards her. Wan happily took the food Jungkook offered and quickly finished her portion of food before he could ask for sharing. Jungkook frowned and that made Van to smirk. Come on, John. I guess the baby don't wanna be late at office. She picked up her backpack and headed towards the car. Stuffing his mouth with food, Jungkook followed her. The Wen teased him, but she was right. They were getting late, but Jungkook couldn't digest the way Wen apologized for the food sarcastically. The passenger seat was occupied by Jungkook's assistant. Jungkook greeted him and occupied the back seat beside Van. Driver started the engine and Jungkook whispered in Van's ear, "Are you really guilty for not able to sharing your food with me?" "Yeah, of course," Van nodded. "Don't regret, Van. You can offer me your breakfast flavored though," Jungkook smirked. Van rolled her eyes to ignore him, but Jungkook was too fast. He grabbed her waistline, dragged her towards him. "Don't activate my. The ride is 4 hours long. Be obedient, wifey." Van gulped down an amount of saliva to suppress her nervousness. "But I'm chewing gum." "Share it with me then." Jungkook gently held her neck and brushed his lips on her. "What if I don't do so?" Van gave him a solid attitude, but Jungkook smirked devilishly. His hand ran under the oversized t-shirt she was wearing and reached to her. His touch was light as feather on her clothes. Van almost threw her head on his chest and closed her eyes to suppress her. "I know I should be awkward, but it feels damn good, like a fine, fancy guilty." Van managed to whisper. Jungkook smiled. "Don't worry, I will not disappoint you." Closing her eyes, Van remained silent for some time. "Wait, am I gonna spend my night with you? You are Jungkook, right?" She opened her eyes and touched his face and closed her eyes, wrapping her arms around his waist. She mumbled, "I'm sleepy." Jungkook could feel Van's body was relaxing gradually into his embrace. Her soft, calm breathing indicated that she was asleep. Though it wasn't the way Jungkook thought their car ride would be. It wasn't romantic, yet it was romantic. It was satisfying.